Hello. In trying to achieve this particular drawing, we'll be making use of the following tools. We'll be using construction line, circles, copy, fillets. Then you need to understand how to use layers, dimension, and gradients. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we want to draw is we want to start with our center line. This center line, you can see the broken lines that we have here. So those are our center lines. So we are going to achieve these broken lines using construction line in AutoCAD, using the tool called construction line in AutoCAD. Okay, let's achieve this. Now, let's start from this particular center line, this vertical center line, this particular vertical center line. Now I'm going to use my construction line to draw that. So I'll go to my AutoCAD. Um, the very first thing to do in AutoCAD is to set units. So to set unit in AutoCAD, I'll just simply type UN on my keyboard, press enter, UN. Then now by default, the unit is in inches. I'll change inches to millimeters. Change inches to millimeters, then OK. So by doing that, I've been able to set my units. Then I'll go to my draw. There's an arrow there. There is an arrow there. So I click on the arrow, then I'll choose construction line. Looking at the command line, we have options for construction line. There's an option called vertical. So I'll choose that option. Then I'll be able to place my first vertical line. Okay, if I go to the arrow on that draw again, I'll pick my construction line again. I'll choose horizontal this time. I'll place at a convenient point, I'll place my horizontal line. So by placing the vertical and the horizontal lines, I'm able to draw my first center line. My first center line, using this as a reference for the first center line. This vertical line and this horizontal line is what I've drawn in my AutoCAD. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'll be using offset tool. So with the use of my offset tool, if you don't know how to use offset, you can go check the modifying tools on how to use offset. So using the offset, I'm going to offset this vertical construction line to the next vertical construction line, the next vertical center line by the right. So the distance between them, the offset, which is the offset distance, is 50. So the offset distance between the first center line and the second center line is 50. So I'll go to my AutoCAD, offset. You can see offset under modifying tool, offset distance 50. Then I'll select the object I want to offset. I'm offsetting to the right hand side, so I'll pick a point on the right hand side to offset. Now I've done that, but it's not too obvious. Yeah, this happens. It's not too obvious. So all I need to do is to use my zoom. So I need to, if you don't know how to use your zoom properly, check the video on how to use your zoom. So I'm just going to use my mouse to zoom. Okay, I'm going to use my mouse to zoom. So when I use my mouse to zoom now, I can find the object I'm looking for. Now I can see the two vertical lines. By zooming appropriately with your mouse or whatever method of zoom that you are familiar with, then you'll be able to locate the second object. Initially, it was not visible, but by using the zoom, I'm able to make it visible. So I'm having two vertical lines now using offsets. So I'm going to repeat the same procedure horizontally. So this center line and the next center line is 80 millimeters interval. So I'm going to be using offsets to get that. All right. So offset again. Offset distance this time is 80. Enter. Select object to offset, then offset downwards. Okay, I'm able to use offsets so to achieve this. Okay, all right. So the next tool I'll be using for the drawing is I'll be drawing the circles. I'll be drawing these two circles. I'll be drawing these two circles. So here we have four circles of radius 15, four circles of radius 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the four circles. So circle of radius 10 and circle of radius 15. Circle, center point, using my drawing aid, object snap, circle of radius 10, another circle. Oh, I think I didn't choose my center point correctly, so I'm going to undo to do this circle again. So let me be sure I'm using the right drawing aid. So I'll pick um, intersection. So let me just put off center midpoint. Let me put up this option. I want to be sure intersection is on. All right, so I have intersection on circle. Now you can see the symbol for intersection. All right, so radius 10, circle again, radius 15. Okay, I've been able to draw two circles, radius 10 and radius 15, representing these two circles. So the next tool to use at this point is to use the copy tool. With the copy tool, I'm able to make copies of this drawing. So copy, okay. So drop it here, and drop it here. Okay, we are making progress. All right, after using the copy tool, the next tool is to combine these two objects. By combining them, so you can see we have given radius 30. So there are different ways I can do this. I can use arc, but there's a very important tool to be used here, which is fillet. So with fillet, I can combine these two objects using fillet of radius 30. That's a very easy way to get this done. So radius 30. So I'll click on fillet. Fillet is a modifying tool. You can check video on how to use fillet. Fillet. So the fillet radius here under radius 30. So I'm going to select the two objects I want to join. Okay, I've been able to do that. Let me do fillet again. This time I will activate multiple. So by activating multiple, I can use fillet more than once. So select. Now, okay, all right. Okay, select. Okay, good. This looks good. So I've been able to use fillet. Okay, I can see there is still more need for fillets, radius 30 by the side too. So I'm going to use fillet, radius, okay. Okay, this has given me what I want. Okay, so with this, we are done with the drawing. We are done in the drawing. All right, we are done with drawing. The simple drawing, just to learn the basics in AutoCAD. Simple drawing. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use layers. I'm going to be doing my layer setting so that I can give it the right type of line, the right thickness of line. All right, before I use layers, I'm going to trim off the construction line I've used. I'm going to trim them off so I have lesser line. Okay, so how am I going to do that? I'm going to create intersection for these lines so I can cut it off. Okay, let me on my auto. Okay, then trim. I'm using trim to get this place off. Trim. Okay, then I can delete the line. I'm done with this line. The line is just to create an intersection. So I'm going to do the same here, create an intersection with this line, then trim to get the line off. Okay, then I can delete the line, create an intersection again, trim, then delete, and then delete this line. Okay, so by doing this, I'm able to trim off the construction line. Okay, now the next I'm going to do is I'm going to now apply layers. Apply layers, I can now give the type of line. So layers, I go to layer setting, then I choose to new layer. Okay, let me make it 3. Then okay, so for this, let me name it as tick line, tick line. Okay, line width. Let me increase the line width of this to 0.3. Then another, let me rename this as center line, rename this. Then under center line, I'll go to line type, load center line. Okay, all right, so let me look for the best line to use, the best type of line to use. All right, I can use this. Okay, let me use Eden. Okay, no, let me use center line. Okay, center line. All right, so I load it here again. Load. Oh, sorry, I've done that. I select it here, then I pick OK. So now you can see center line is the name, and I've added a center line. So now let me change the color. I want my center line to have a red color. Okay, all right, I'm good with this setting. So now I can apply my settings. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything, give everything a tick property. Okay, let me on this budget, the drawing is so it's visible. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'll select only the center lines. Then I'll give it center line setting. Okay, all right, this is good. This is good. Center line setting. Then now I can see that my center lines are not visible. The broken lines are not too visible. So I'm going to adjust that setting. So to do that, I'll just select one of it, right click, then properties. Then I'm going to change the line type scale here. Is 1. I'm going to make it 10. Let me see how 10 looks. Let me see how 10 looks. Okay, not bad. I think 10 is good. So now I want to apply this property I've changed here to other center lines. So to do this, I'm going to type MA on my command line. MA means match property. Then I'll select the source, which is the original. Then I would apply it to the other center lines. You can see the other center lines has the same property as the initial one. So now, after doing my layers, the next I'm going to do is dimension. I'm going to add dimension to this drawing. So to do that, let's go ahead and add dimension. Our dimension setting, new. Let me call this new DIM. Okay, I'm going to do my setting, line, line symbol, arrow size. Let me make it 3. Text. So text height, let me make it 4. Make my text height 4. Okay, then text alignment. Okay, then how many decimal places do I want? I want whole number. Okay, I think I'm good with this. Yes, I'm good. So I'm going to set this current, set current, close. Now I'll be applying my dimension. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my dimension. So to apply my dimension, I will come here. So linear, select. Okay, then I can place my dimension. Okay, all right. So I'll do the same for other. Okay, vertically, dimension again. Select, place my dimension. Then for the radius, okay, using radius option, I can select, pick here, add my radius dimension. Okay, so yeah, if I want to modify the radius dimension to have something like this, 4 times radius 15, so I can do that. I'll just double click on this text so I can make edits. 4 times radius 15. Okay, so I can edit that text to have that's 4 times radius 10. 4 times radius 10. Okay, 4 times radius 10. So it's as that dimension. Then for the radius, this is radius 30 as it is here. Okay, radius 30, radius 30. So what other dimension do I have? Okay, let me dimension this to linear. Here is 50. Okay, now I think my drawings is good. So the next tool I'll be looking at now is lastly is the gradients. So with the gradients, I'm able to color the drawing. I'm able to color the drawing. So let me use my gradient now. gradients. Okay, so what color do I have here? Purple and white. Okay, I can choose purple. Okay, I can actually choose a different color. It doesn't have to be. Let me use purple and yellow. Then what mix? Okay, let me apply this here. Apply. I want to use a different set of color. Gradients again. Gradients. Okay, let me apply green. Width. Okay, let me just make it this. Okay. Okay, now I think I realize we need to trim. We need to trim off, okay, trim off some portions here. So I'll be using trim, enter to get those places out. All right, so there's a link. Okay, trim. All right, good. Now I can apply my gradients. Gradients, okay, all right. So you can see I make my selections, apply, use gradients again. Okay, make my selection, apply. Nice. All right, that's very good. So now the gradient has overshadowed the line thickness. So I'm going to select this gradient, then I'm going to order it to the back. Draw, send to the back. Okay, so that it can allow the lines to be visible. So that the lines can be more visible. So I'm going to select the gradient, then order them to the back. Okay. All right, good. So with this, we are able to complete this drawing. I think I would like to change this color. I would like to change it to something different. Okay. What changes should I make it? Okay. What changes should I make it to? Okay. Okay. All right. Good. All right. So now we have this drawing. Yes, we have this here. We have used a lot of tools now to be able to achieve this. We have used a lot of tools to be able to achieve this. Thank you so much. So see you in the next exercise.